Welcome everybody. We have a beautiful question. We are expected to find x and y if x positive, x times y positive y is equal to 4. Now the reason it is a beautiful question is for the fact usually most of the times when we were asked to find the value of x and y, we would be given two equations. And these two equations will constitute the variable x and y. But in this case, there is just one equation and we are expected to find the value for two variables. So this entire equation is governed by two variables. So that is the important essence of observation we need to carry out here. Okay, having made that statement, let me go on to consider x positive, x times y positive y is equal to 4. I will club these two together. I'll take x out. This would give me 1 positive y is equal to 4. Now what I wish to do is I would also like to have 1 positive y on the side where y is featuring. So I will add a 1 here and I'll add a 1. So this is nothing but adding 1 both sides. So maybe I can state it. Adding 1 both sides we get. So this is what we are getting. Now I can club this together. So 1 positive y can be taken out as a common quantity. So this is going to give me x positive 1. 4 added with 1 would give me 5. Now from the law of algebra, if AB is equal to say some alpha, then this would mean the component of A and B upon multiplied should produce alpha, right? So that is the idea. Now the question is, we have got 1 positive y multiplied with x positive 1 or 1 positive x giving us 5. So by this property, if AB is equal to alpha, then this means A and B upon multiplied should produce alpha. Now how is this possible for us to ensure that 1 positive y times 1 positive x or x positive 1 multiplied has the ability to produce 5, because 5 is actually an odd number. Now when can this be possible? Now the only time that this can be possible is either 1 positive y be equal to 1. So when 1 positive y is equal to 1, this would mean the other quantity 1 positive x would be equal to 5, or conversely 1 positive y is equal to 5 and 1 positive x is equal to 1. So this is one particular scenario. Okay, so let me go to the next scenario. So this is going to be case 2. Now we know that negative 1 multiplied with negative 1 will give us a positive 1, right? So that would mean it is not necessary that 1 positive y should always be equal to 1. It can also take the value of 1 positive y being equal to negative 1. In that case, 1 positive x should be negative 5. Conversely, if 1 positive y takes the value negative 5, then 1 positive x should take the value negative 1. For the fact negative 1 times negative 5 would give us 5, negative 5 times negative 1 would give us 5. Now we need to get the value. So let me just consider this. If I were to consider this, this would produce y is equal to 1 pushed on the other side would give me negative 1. So that would mean 1 negative 1, which is basically 0. On the other end, if I were to push this 1 to the other end, I would get a negative 1. So in that case, 5 negative 1 would produce 4. So this is for the first system, or the first possibility which I've just stated here. Now if I were to use the second one, from here I would get y is equal to, the values get reversed, right? So y is equal to 4 and x is equal to 0. So this is one possibility. In this case, if I were to push this 1 to the other end, this would become negative 1. So that would mean y is equal to negative 1 added with negative 1 would give me negative 2. In this case, if I were to push 1 to the other end, other side of the equal to sign, it would produce negative 1. So it's going to be x is equal to negative 5 negative 1. That's going to be negative 6. On the other side, if I were to push this 1 to the other hand, I would get y to be equal to negative 6 and x to be equal to negative 2. So this is the other possibility. So this is the solution, and I think this is a right place for us to stop for this beautiful question. Thank you everybody.